y'all, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about some tips on how to learn tarot cards a little bit easier, practical ways. This is just something that I have done. A lot of people ask me, how did you learn to read tarot? And I believe that you just learn, you just study, you have to really like it, and you have to understand the meaning of why you're doing it. And obviously there are the textbook type of definitions of the cards, but when you truly are, tapped in, you realize that those meanings, a lot of the times get watered down by a lot of like the practical reasonings, and there's really a spiritual meaning just on a lot of different levels. You can just go really, really deep into tarot. So I believe in truly acknowledging the beauty and the esoteric knowledge within tarot, and I don't believe in just having one definition for each card. I feel like you can use it in multiple different ways. Of course, you can use it for very practical, simple, mundane ways, or you can use it for some really deep shit, okay, to really decode some things. So I'm gonna look from my handy dandy notebook, of course. So if you don't know anything about tarot cards, if you're just starting out with learning, I suggest pulling a card in the morning or at night, doesn't matter. But what you want to do is you want to literally look up what the definition is, and then you want to kind of write down what you notice from the card. What do you notice that stands out to you? Now, granted, different decks will show you different depictions, but you want to see how it connects to the number and the element on the card, okay? That's very important, okay? Now, if it's a major arcana or a minor arcana, that also plays into effect, but that's a little bit deeper, okay? We're just focused on the basics. So if you do know, or even if you don't, but if you do know the basics of tarot and you kind of understand how it works and the definitions that are, textbook, and you pull a card during the morning time, what you will do is look at the card, know that that's the card of the day, so to speak, and you just want to kind of go through your day, be very normal, okay? You want to be very normal, and go through and see how certain events align with that card, and what did that card try to tell you during that day. Now, the way that I pull cards, I do not ask what is my day going to look like. I don't ask things about my future. I'm not that type of person when it comes to tarot, because I see that there's a deeper meaning to it. So what I personally do, just to become more acquainted with my cards, especially certain decks that I use personally for myself, I'll ask, what energy do I need to align with today that will best fit the way that the transits are happening in life, and then in my personal life as well, to become successful is usually the word that I use. How can I have the most successful day? How can I have the most productive day? Whatever. So I try not to be too descriptive, because I want the cards to speak to me directly. So I always say, what energy do I need to align with to have an amazing day, a productive day, a successful day? And then whatever card comes out, you kind of, go with that energy, and you sometimes they give you like kind of cautionary energy. So for example, if I get the Four of Pentacles, I know today I need to listen more than I'm talking. I know that today I need to focus in on the practical matters in my life. I need to be studying, or whatever that may be. That's how you do that. And even throughout the day, you can pull more cards to see like, what should I be doing right now? Like, doing all of that is up to you. Divination is used for you to understand better, and the more you use them, the easier it becomes to let them speak to you. So if you're doing it at nighttime, with the nighttime cards, you want to let your day go by, and let's say you have like a really rough day, and you want to you want to look and see what caused that energy, or what was that energy that was experiencing today. It could be a bad card for someone else, but a beautiful card to you. So Ten of Wands is a perfect example. Maybe you pull a card at the end of the night and you got the Ten of Wands. For some people, that means, oh my gosh, I was so tired. I was so, I couldn't keep up. There was so much work. And for other people who like that, you're like, man, I was so productive today. So that's what I mean by, like, you can't just look at the description of the card. You have to know it for yourself. Experience the energy for yourself. And that only comes through time. So that's just something I believe in. Other people have, these ways of doing it extremely fast. But if you truly want to learn about a card's energy and what it holds, see how it impacts your life, so that when you're reading for people who resonate with you, they can understand what you're talking about, because you've already lived through that energy. All right. So something I put down is, be careful what you ask, so that you don't conjure bad luck or negative aspects of the card. So for example, if you pull a card and you say, pull a card of the day, and then a negative card like the Three of Swords comes out, you don't want to like conjure, because then that's the energy you're carrying that day. So that's why I say, don't ask what is going to happen today, because you can always change what's going on for you. You can always turn something around. What you should ask are things like, what energy should I align with? Or even if it's a situation where you're trying to figure out what's going wrong, what energy or what do I need to do to enhance or to change or to whatever it is, this energy in my life or this aspect of my life. You have to be very careful and gentle about how you ask certain questions when using tarot, because that's the problem. A lot of people have very basic questions, and not to say basic is bad, but if you generalize it and it's a way that's, you know what I mean, you have to know how to ask questions, because you can get any answer and tweak it to what you want it to be based on what you ask. So you want to be very particular about what you're asking, okay? I usually say, what energy do I need to align with today based on transits in order to achieve the most success today. I already talked about that. When you ask in that nature, nothing bad comes unless you aren't aligning. So in that way, you're not asking, is it going to be a bad day today? No, whatever you're asking is, what do I need to align with to be successful? And so anything that you do outside of that, let's say that it says 10 of Wands. Normally that's a negative card, but 10 of Wands in that way that I just said, it means, okay, you need to be working hard, productive. Don't be lazy today. And if you're lazy, then you're not going to have a good day. That's what that means, okay? Always ask your guides if you got stuck, or if you want to know what you're supposed to do next to stay in alignment with that particular day. Always ask your cards. In hoodoo traditions and southern conjure and things that I do, and even Celtic and stuff like that, all of that energy stuff, if you are inclined to do divination, if you're anointed in it, you use your gifts. There's no point in just having one time out of the day to do it unless you're obsessive about it. And if you're obsessive about, pulling cards, you're probably not meant to pull cards, because it's not your gift. It's something that you're just interested in. So just be mindful and pay attention to how you react when you're pulling your cards, okay? Also, for people who are tarot readers, you want to have at least one deck that you only use for yourself, because it should be something that is very in tune to something you're studying, or a culture that you really align with, or something that you just really like and you just like the cards. That's for my people who actually read tarot, okay? Also, read books. I know I said that there's no one definition, but don't be afraid to go out there and read books, because different people have different ways of reading and understanding the tarot. And the more that you understand, even outside of tarot, astrology, numerology, the elements, shamanism, all of that, when you really start to learn different aspects of spirituality, they all kind of have a way of speaking through each other. So keep reading, do your research. It's not just about tarot, it's about life in general. Read and learn, okay? And then also, definitions are guidelines, but your cards will speak to you in different ways, okay? So I keep reiterating that. There's always one definition to understand the basic of the card, but even throughout time and how tarot has developed, it's always been different things for different generations. For an example, back in the day, pentacle energy could be anything that involves money. Nowadays, pentacle is like the structure of what you gain from money. So that's like a home, that's your health. It's not just about literally getting money given to you or a coin. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense, you guys. I'm going to end the video here because my camera's about to die. But hopefully this helped some of you guys who want to understand tarot a little bit better, or how to understand it for you and not just what everyone else is saying it is. This is how you can do this, and this is also how you can become more connected to your guides as well and your spiritual team, so you can get acquainted with that energy instead of just, floating through life, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.